friends, and welcome back. Today, I have what the internet is surely lacking, another box opening video. Now, I'm subscribed to Crochet Society's subscription service, and I have quite the backlog of boxes. So I plan to work my way through my collection and make something with the contents of each box. Today's box is lucky number 13, even though it says 12, but it's number 13. This baby was shipped out back in September. Don't judge. Rest assured, my friends, my refusal to say let's get started will continue to be a running gag through all of my videos, but we're gonna go do that.
Let's crack open this puppy and see what we have inside after I center it. You better believe I've already broken that seal. First thing that catches my eye is this nifty little mug. And here's where I realized that the text on the bottom is left-handed. So you can hold it with your left hand and people away from you can read the text. This never happens. As far as yarn goes, we have 2 cakes of this Bella Coco piece of cake yarn, 25% alpaca, 25% wool, and some acrylic. Now, even though the skeins look different in size, they are both the same weight, both about 100 grams. The box includes the pamphlet, which will contain a couple of different patterns, which I'm going to ignore. This month we have a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook, equivalent to the US F5, some black embroidery floss. This box's stitch marker will be a little bitty bumblebee. Now this odd little contraption is a pom-pom maker. It's a nifty tool for making an easy pom-pom. We'll come back to this baby later. And the last piece of interest that our box contains is going to be this pack of yarn bobbins. I'm not gonna lie, I had a hell of a time trying to come up with something to make with these yarns. It's a very thin material, and if you look closely, you can see that the strand is covered with all these fuzzy little guys. So if I make something, I need to make it with confidence because it's gonna be a bitch to rip out. Now each cake is made up of these 4 different layers of color. And they did provide those bobbins. I have an idea. I'm gonna go ahead and separate these colors out so I've got a little more control. That's a change of pace. Now, upon further inspection, I discovered these little slits in the bobbins. They're there to hold your yarn into place so your whole bobbin doesn't unravel. I feel like that's a metaphor for something. While the crochet hook is beautiful, it's a little too big for what I have in mind. This yarn is pretty thin, and I'm going to be making another amigurumi. Surprise! Time to bring out one of my favorites. I've got a C hook, a 2.75 millimeter, because this yarn is not thick. I've started with the head, because that's how you get ahead in life. Or insert other head pun here. Any guesses to what this light bulb headed critter is gonna be? Slap your guesses in the comments below. Yes, feed into that interaction analytic. Now I made these two muzzles, but I'm thinking the bigger of the two is a little too big. Yeah, this smaller one is hitting that Goldilocks area in all the right places. Fortunately, this bigger piece is just the right proportion for a foot. She's got legs, and she knows how to use them. Picking a sweater color was also a struggle I had. Hey, let's see if we can get in on this asthma racket. My cat decided to join me during this voiceover. That's Josie, by the way. She's very sassy. Sorry for blocking all that sweet sewing action. Didn't realize how large my head was. Not only is this a sweater, it's a turtleneck sweater. Now, the average temperature we've been seeing here in the Midwest has been around 20 degrees Fahrenheit, so I needed to make a critter that I could project my need of comfy, cozy sweaters onto. What do your winters look like? Are they cold and snowy like they are here in the Midwest, or are they pretty mild? Now, if you haven't guessed already, I did take inspiration by the contents of the yarn. There's some alpaca in there, so it was only right to get an alpaca out of it. Our friend needs a hat. Fortunately, I have this whole second cake of yarn, so since I ran out of pink from the first cake, I'll just break into this puppy. There's even little ear holes. Remember that pom-pom maker? Oh yeah. Here's an impromptu tutorial on how to use one of these. You'll see it has the couple of arms that fold out like this. We're gonna go ahead and fold out one side and tightly wrap our yarn around it over and over again until this whole side is completely full. Once this first half is full, we're gonna fold it back up and unfold the other side and do the same, just winding our yarn tightly around it until we're nice and full. I feel like I've said full too much. Full, 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 full. Back to our pom-pom. The next thing we need to do is take some scissors and cut the yarn along this divot. Now, these little guys aren't quite gonna be able to do it here. That's more like it. We need to do the same to both sides. Next, we need to take a separate piece of thread or another piece of yarn. I like to fold mine in half here. And we're going to feed it through this divot that's separating the two halves of our pom-pom here. I'm going to loop it through and pull it as tight as I can without risking breaking the yarn, separating the strands and folding back over itself and tying a couple knots just to fasten everything nice and tight. Now we get to release the kraken, or pom-pom, I guess. Right off the maker, the pom-pom can sometimes be a little uneven, but that's nothing a pair of scissors and some off-camera trimming can't handle. Our friend needs a face. And with that, our wintertime alpaca is complete. I'm absolutely delighted with how they turned out. I love their little sweater. The ribbing in the turtleneck is great. I love the ear holes in the hat. That is an excellent feature. Just all around, they're a delightful little critter.
Even though I had a hard time coming up with an idea for what to make with this box, I'm very pleased with how this little friend turned out. I still have almost a full cake left of this yarn, so if you have any ideas on what I should make with this, leave a comment below. My friends, thank you very much for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so that I may build up my itty bitty channel. Give my social medias a follow on Instagram and Facebook to see what else I have on my hook. And with that, please continue to wear your masks, wash your hands, and practice social distancing. Okay, I love you, bye. It's in my eye. We good? We good. Can you shut that off, please? Thank you. He sounds like a duck.